Can I just speak loud?
There's one right there. It's right next to you.
Right there.
Understand.
Take the one.
Good morning.
Good morning, brothers and sisters.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day
Thank
to
you.
everyone. And I was contemplating this a lot. The passage I took is from Ephesians 6:2. It says, honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with the promise that it may be well with you, that you may live long on the earth. That was a commandment that also was in Exodus 12, 2012, which is the commandment for the Old Testament. It was the fifth commandment of the 10 commandments, honor your father and mother. And I picked that because mothers have a unique role. They are essential to the family unit. In Genesis, we are told that, before the sin entered the world, the family was created. Adam and Eve were perfect, naked. They weren't ashamed, and they were designed to. They're the first mother and father of every living person. So the mothers are so important to the essential family. And some of us have lost our mothers. Some have good mothers. Some have been broken families. My own story, I've shared a lot. But I just want to encourage you because, sometimes I look back at my own life. I've had the blessing to have several mothers in my life. And now that I know, like my mother, Alex, who adopted me, in death, I found out that she really loved Jesus. My last one, Christian, was talking about how men and fathers, this is the men too, fathers, because the fathers are so important to the leaders of the head of the household. Christ is our head. So to glorify God, to glorify Jesus, we must also honor our mother and father. And the Old Testament, for the Jews, it was for them to go well with their land, but also in the household. Without a father, the mother is left to do the father's job. A lot of people are like that. My mother was a single mother, but that doesn't mean that that negates the purpose of the family. So my mother worked really hard, and some of you know that she kind of went to the grave kind of more agnostic, but God hears your prayers, and a mother's love of her children. Let's see, when when Jesus loved us more, he said, behold your mother. When at the foot of the cross, when he was being crucified, he said, behold your mother and your father. And John was there. And after that, he cared for Mary, the mother of Jesus, after his crucifixion, death, and resurrection. So we're to protect our mothers. We're supposed to honor them and do that as dutiful sons and fathers. When they grow up, we're supposed to take care of them. In a lot of cultures, they don't do that. Sometimes people don't want to take their elderly people. They put them in nursing homes and they kind of forget about them, which isn't always the right thing to do. Even in old age, we're expected to take care of our parents, and I love it. It's a beautiful thing. In some cultures, they take care of their parents. They don't just put them away because they're responsible for the family. And I think of like Pastor Jason and Sharon Platt, and really good mothers, teachers, Tanya. And some of us haven't had those kind of relationships, but that doesn't mean when you grow up in the Lord and God gives you this word and he promises you, when you honor them in any way, you honor God and you obey him, then even if you didn't have a great mother, you can still honor your mother by honoring God. And it says in John 19, he did that, he protect them. So I really want to encourage you, for those of you who are missing your mothers, who are passed away in heaven, you weren't know if they were saved or not. I want to encourage you that God knows their hearts, they know your heart, and they know that even without the mother, we get a church, that the mother is, the bride is the church, and God is the bridegroom. So fathers, a warning to you, if you don't have a wife in your house, be the mother, be the father, and encourage them. So I want to just really encourage you with that those passages. And when you do that, God promises to never leave you or forsake you. And if you don't know that, get into a Bible-based church and look to the brothers and sisters here, to spiritual sisters who put spiritual mothers and fathers. And I would encourage you to do that. And I really thank you for the opportunity to encourage you. And thank you so much for all the blessed mothers here that devote their time to raising their children. That's my brother.
Thank you, Ron.